327 miles of range, approximately.
On 4th of July, we did a very long trip between 13 and 14 hours from, well, we live in Cleveland, we went to Charleston and the way back. I want to show you the systems they used to plan the trip, how long did it take, and what are some things that you need to be careful about, especially in this region here through the mountain. It's not a steep mountain, but still, we have to we have to be ready. And for the new electrical vehicle drivers, that can help them stay out of trouble. Um, the trip is about 700 miles, so it's quite long. I use PlugShare quite often for the long trips to plan. The car has also a very good system built in into the navigation system, which also will precondition the battery. In my cases, I drive Audi Q8 e-tron 2024. I haven't seen much difference, if any, from using Waze, which I normally use, and the built-in MMI navigation system. The navigation system makes it very easy though, because you don't do any calculation, it tells you where to stop. But the problem over there is Audi doesn't allow you to filter just by certain networks. And because my car came with 2 years free charging, I want to be able to filter just those networks. And if I need any extra stops, I can plan them. So the way I do it is I like fast charger, so my car is 170 kilowatts per hour max. That's the charge rate that it can achieve. So I tend to keep it above 140, so it eliminates the slow charging systems. I had hide any restricted or Tesla or Rivian locations. I don't care about those. Definitely hide coming soon. You don't want to be tricked that there is a station and you arrive with 10% charge and there is no station. Select the stations that you like, or you have um, service with, or any preferences, and go from there. The rest, I don't care. Yep. So here it is. So the drive actually coming and going from Charleston is pretty easy. This is as they call it, the low country. So it's very low. I can show you the elevation. But here is how you use the system. So when you load your screen, you will see that it shows all the networks. If you want to see just the ones that you've already pre-selected, you can just choose overview and it's going to tell you just the stations that you've selected. It gives you roughly how much would take to try to drive without stopping, and with the stops that you can plug um, in those fields here, the wait time. Normally, I will stay about 30 minutes, between 20 to 30 minutes on charging station if I need to. And if I didn't have to be constrained to the electrified America stations, I would have stopped much less. But until that offer expires, I'm going to take advantage of the free charging so I don't have to pay anything on the road. Elevation is a cool thing that you get in the app, but while you're setting it up, after you set up your trip, you cannot see the elevation. So here is the trick. This portion here is the tricky one. You have a very long uphill, so you're gonna rise from almost what, like 600 feet to the peak there, 3,000 feet. So this is where you have to plan a little bit more charge, or don't get scared if it shows you that you're not gonna make it, or um, you're about 50-50, right? So what happens is when the car hits the uphill, it will start calculating, okay, I need to recalculate, for the acceleration pedal um, movement, and when the car consumes more, it's gonna show you're not gonna make it. That's what actually happened on our trip when we were driving from Charlotte. When we hit this part of the road here, this becomes this part is very long uphill, very long. It's about 7 miles you're driving uphill. I think it was 7 miles or somewhere there until you reach this top right here, and then it levels up. Uh, so in this small section here, it told us, oh, you know what? We had before we hit the mountain, we had about 20 miles overage, on the battery. And when we hit the uphill, driving, with the speed limits, it said you're barely making it. So I knew, I knew that that's not true because once you hit the top, you're gonna start going down and down and down, and you can regenerate quite a bit. The car will regenerate or cruise, just like in my case, it will cruise without having to use any of the electricity from the battery. So the reality is we stopped at Sheets in Wheatville with between 20 to 30 miles left in the battery, which was as I planned it. I didn't expect it that I'm not gonna make it. Yeah, and we actually charged somewhere between 10 to 30 minutes. So as you can see here, I plugged half an hour, then just 10 minutes. We stopped. This is actually a very good plaza. This, oops, not that one. That's in West Virginia. This is a very good plaza with interesting shopping center, really well renovated, brand new. Um, I like I like it a lot, and also the pricing, guys. This is one of the cheapest I've ever seen on the road. It's DC America is the provider. I haven't seen it here in Ohio. I think it's only in West Virginia, but DC America you charge for 30 cents a kilowatt, which is way cheaper than, and that's it doesn't matter peak hours, no peak hours, 30 cents a kilowatt. That's it. Which means I'll fill the battery with $30, which is pretty good for 300 miles. Uh, yeah, and overall, it was a nice trip. West Virginia is beautiful, especially here in the mountains, up and down. We on the way going to Charleston, we had a lot of fog. On the way back, we had rain. But overall, the car did pretty good. 2.8 miles, 2.8 miles per kilowatt, which was really great. And keep in mind that was four people, fully loaded trunk. We even had something on the front. So yeah, the car did exactly as the EPA says, which is 300 miles per if you use the full battery. I normally don't tend to do that. Try not to go below 10 and then up to 80 and that's it. But for example, when I leave from home, I will, if it's a long trip, I'll always charge the car to 100%. So my first stop, at least, it's quite short, to 80. And yeah, that's about it. No problems. Great cruiser. Audi is just phenomenal. Very quiet cabin. When we arrived to Charleston, I was so relaxed, no problem. And that was going to Charleston took actually um, way more. It took 14 hours because more than, we stopped more than 4 times. Stopped probably 5, 6 times. And on the way back to Cleveland, we stopped again 5 times. It took 13 hours, 13 and a half hours. But yeah, this system here is pretty good. Plug share, I definitely recommend it for long trips to plan it, or use the built-in planner if you tested it and you trust your planner. Audi has a really good road planner, but I'll start using it after my free charging at Electrified America is over. So yeah, that's all. If you have any questions, comments, comment below. Otherwise, please subscribe. Thank you.